Good afternoon, good evening. So today I'm just going to be having a little look at GBTC. I'm going to have a little look at total, see what's going on with that. Sorry, I've got an itchy leg. Having a little scan really of the market, see what's going on. I know a lot of people are like, oh, we're bullish. There's a case for it, and this is why I've got a trade on at the minute. With BTC long, and I'm going to be going for BTC long towards a certain level. As of now, I'm just looking at grayscale ETFs, and ETFs at the minute are starting to flow back in. There is a small gap that I can see around here. It's not a major gap, but these are a small gap, and we have filled a lot of these gaps in to the downside. So these are potential that we are going to move back up at some point. But, me looking from this perspective, there isn't many more gaps that need to be filled. But if that moves up, if we go to this chart here, then, this area is going to be where that gap fill is. So if we measure this long that I've got in at the minute, that's 13%. And then we go back to here, we will see that from that area that I had pointed out, it's around 13%. So that's potentially a gap now that is going to be filled. So I can remove that gap. And what I'll do is I'll get this little, it's only a small gap, but it's a gap. So, what I'm expecting is something along these lines, a slow grind up. And then that's where I'll be looking to take a potential short in BTC, which is around here, where you're going to have all these stop losses that are piled up. So if I just remove that 1 minute. So this is what I'm looking at in BTC. A slow grind up. And then I'll start to build a short around this area. So, we might get a spike in and then back down to these areas here. Big push through there. And then that move there. So that's what I'm looking at in BTC. This is why I'm in a long at the minute, due to the fact that, you can see the volumes coming back in. So potentially that move up into that zone there, and then a move back down. There is another little gap that I can see here in GBTC. So if we do, fire through there with a nice candle, and we have a little tiny slow grind back down, then yeah, there's a potential to move back towards that area. So from that area to there, it's about a 23% move. So if we look at the 23% move, which will probably take us back to this month's point of control. So if we measure that, it's around that area, where we're going to have piles of shorts in that area there. So that's potential long. That's the long I'm in with BTC. Depending on what we do here is, I'm either going to close it here or I'm going to be looking for that point of control, which is untested, and, it needs to be tested at some point. That's the monthly point of control. October's point of control, we find 1st of October to 1st of November. This is why I don't think it goes any higher. Due to that fact there, we've already touched it. So there's no reason to really go back to it. But we have got reasons to come back down towards these areas, because there is an untested point of control down here somewhere. Can't remember where it is. I think it's from last year's October. I think Let's have a look. No, that got tagged. There is an area down here somewhere. I know this because I've been looking at it. It might be September's. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is. It's September's at around 53k. 57. Sorry. Around 57, 58k. So these are potential trading opportunities in BTC at the minute, what we're actually looking at. I am looking at another trade here as well. This is on my Atos trading platform. You know, this potentially into here. You know, it's just spiked now. We'll see how we get on with it. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at in BTC at the minute. Like I say, it's just going to be a quick one, and just a little thing that I wanted to go over with. Just remember that, you know, this journey, this trading journey is yours. Stop worrying about what all these idiots say on Twitter, X, Facebook, all this crap. Stop listening to all them. Your journey is yours. You need to get your mindset right. There's a lot of people out there, and I know there is, that the trading major losses and they can't get the mindset right. There's also, you know, like I've got trade ideas here. You know, that's my potential short. There were my potential long. I'm putting these ideas out because you want to have one long, one short idea. Because if they play out to perfection, you know, you're literally going to be profitable off a couple of trades. I think this month I've done on 2 accounts around 60, 70%, which is, you know, far too much. You don't really need that much. But, you know, it's a decent amount, you know, in trading terms. It's a really good amount. These are just some other trades that I'm looking at the minute. You know, I had Pip in there, spiked back into that area, and then it's dropped off. So yeah, these are, you know, these are just trade ideas that I'm looking at, and then, you know, at them levels, I will press the button at the level. You know, a lot of people hesitate, press the button, just press the button, and, you know, go forward with it. But, you know, like I say, this is what I'm looking at in BTC. I'm going to have a little look at total while we're at it. And total, same sort of scenario. I had a level in total that we're looking at. We've come in, we've tagged the level, big wig back up. And, you know, potentially total is going to move back towards this area. 3.3 trillion area. If it breaks through the area, then yeah, lovely. You know, we're in the trade. If we get a slow grind back down, like this, and then a spike, then yeah, we're going to move. We are going to move back up. You know, if we're not getting that sort of reaction, you know, and we just have a little grind into it, and it fails, and we get another major candle down, then we're coming back towards these areas, you know, and this potential area here, 2.3 trillion. So that's my take on it. Like I say, it's only going to be a short one today because I've got a lot to do. But yeah, you know, just have them ideas. You know, trading is your journey, not anybody else's. You know, get rid of all the social media. Stop listening to all the idiots on the social media, and you will be successful. Believe me, you will be successful. So yeah, like I say, quick one. Don't forget all the links below. Come join us in Discord. AO Trading, absolutely fantastic. Got some really quality traders in there. Don't forget, I've got Buy Me a Coffee if you want to buy me a coffee. And the rest of the links are going to be below. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. And I will catch you in the next one. Happy trading.